and then what are the three files to be generated while executing any C file. And we have seen different difference between the variables and the constants. So what which we call it as a variables and which we call it as a constants, and the difference, main difference between the variable and a constant. And in today's class, let us have a look on keywords. So before going to these keywords, our C language supports case sensitive. It's a case sensitive. So C language is a case sensitive language, and this case sensitive means there is a lot of difference between small a and capital A. So lowercase characters are different from uppercase characters. So these keywords are simple English words which are having a specific meaning or a specific task to be performed by the compiler. So these keywords will be used in our programming, and each keyword will be having some specific task. And one thing we have to remember is all the keywords are of lowercase letters. So here you can see the keywords. Majorly there are 32 keywords in our C language. So C compiler will support 32 keywords. Those keywords are auto, break, case, character, constant, continue, default, do, double, else, enum, extern, float, for, go to, if, int, long, register, return, short, signed, size of, static, struct, switch, type definition, union, unsigned, void, volatile, and while. So all these are the keywords which are supported by the C compiler. So these are uh, 32, and all the keywords will be in lowercase letters, lowercase characters. So we will use these keywords in our C programming while writing the C program. Now, so we will see all these keywords while writing the program. Now let us look at the variables. So as in the previous class, we have seen what is a variable. So a variable is a name given to the memory location, which is which can be easily used to retrieve the data from the memory location, and the value in those variables may vary according to the instructions, depends upon the instructions. So now, there are some rules to be followed while creating a variable names. So we have to give a name to that memory location, and we have to follow some rules while giving a name to these variables. So variables or constants, anything. So we have to follow some rules while writing the variables. So rule 1, the first and very important rule is variable name must not match with any one of the keywords. So we should not use any keyword name as a variable name. For example, if we use some, let us take an example, switch as a variable name, the compiler will treat this as a keyword rather than a variable. So the first and important rule to be followed while creating a variable name is the variable name should not be equal to any one among these 32 keywords. That's the very most important. Now, second rule, except underscore symbol, no other special symbols are allowed. Except this underscore, no other special symbols are allowed in the variable name. So, example, let us take commonly in every registration form we will see that first name and last name. Let us take that such example. Let us take a first name as a variable name. So we have to write it as first underscore name. This is a valid variable name. If we use the variable name as first space name, this is not valid variable name because no white spaces are allowed in the variable name. So except the underscore symbol, no other special symbols are allowed in the variable name. So first @name, it's also not valid. If we write first dot name, it is also not valid. Any special symbol other than the underscore should not be allowed in the variable name. Next, rule 3. The maximum length of a variable, must be 31, less than or equal to 31. So the compiler will consider only 31 characters as a variable name. So the variable name must not exceed this 31 characters. So the compiler will only consider the first 31 characters as a variable name. And rule 4. In the variable name, characters are allowed as well as numbers are also allowed. Characters are allowed as well as numbers are allowed. That means we can simply say that alphanumeric. The variable name can be alphanumeric. That means the variable name may consist of both the characters and also the numbers. And rule 5, what is the first letter or first character of a variable name? What is the first character? The first character of variable name may be alphabet or underscore symbol. The first character can be alphabet or underscore. So we must be very careful while writing a variable name, and we have to follow all these rules while writing the variable names. Simply we can say that identifiers. While naming an identifier, we have to follow all these rules. The first and very most important is that variable name, the identifier name, should not match with any one among these 32 keywords, all these keywords. If it matches with the keyword, the compiler will treat that keyword, that the variable name, as a keyword. It will not consider it as a variable, it will consider it as a keyword which is having a specific task. Next, now there are some special backslash constants backslash constants which are used in our input and output functions. Backslash constants in order to formatting the input or output. Formatting the input and output. Example. So if we want to print the output in a new line, then we have to use this backslash constant slash backslash n. So backslash n is used to print the output in the next line. So this backslash n can be used in both input and output functions. That means printf function and scanf functions. Printf is an output function, scanf is an input function. Similarly, slash t So this slash t is used to have a single tabular spaces. So this is called horizontal tab. So if we want to some gap in between the output strings, then we will go for slash t. So it gives some 8 white spaces in between the strings. 8 white spaces in between the string. For example, if we write printf hi slash t backslash t hello. So if this is an example, we consider this example hi slash t and hello. Now in the output screen, it will print here hi and 8 white spaces. Here it will print hello. So this is called horizontal tab. It maintains 8 white spaces gap in between the output string. Similarly, there is a one more backslash constants we are frequently using, backslash v, that is vertical tab. Here it is a horizontal tab, slash v is vertical tab. Slash n is for new line character, new line constant, horizontal tab and vertical tab. So if we replace slash t with slash v in this symbol, in this example, we are replacing slash t with slash v, then the output will be the first input will be printed here, and we are using this slash v, so 8 lines will be skipped. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here the next string will be displayed. So printf hi slash v backslash constant hello. So here also the slash v is vertical tab, that means it includes 8 spaces in between two different strings. Horizontal tab means 8 spaces in between two different strings horizontally. And slash n, here give the slash n backslash constant slash n, then the output will be printed in the next immediate line. So hi will be printed in the first line, and slash n backslash n, that means the next output will be, the next string must be printed in the new line. Slash n means new line, so hello will be printed in the immediate next line. So these are called backslash constants, or we can simply say them as, we can call them as escape sequences. escape sequences /n /v /t. /n is for new line, /v for vertical tab, /t for horizontal tab. So we have to remember all these keywords while writing the C program, because the first and important thing, the no variable name must be equal to any one of these 32 keywords. And that is the first rule. And the second rule, no white spaces must be allowed in the variable name. Except the underscore, no other special characters should be allowed. And the maximum length of the variable must be 31 characters. And the first character must be alphabet or underscore symbol. And the variable name may consist of alphabets or numerical value, digits. So it may be alphanumeric. Right. So in today's session, we have seen the different keywords used in our C compiler and rules to be followed while creating or while giving a name to the identifiers. That means either variables or constants. And also we have seen some backslash constants, /n, /t and /v. These are also called as escape sequences, and these are used in formatting the input and output statements. That means in two statements, printf and scanf statements, we will use these backslash constants in order to formatting the output. That means to be the output, if the output is print, if we want to print an output in the new line, or in between, if we want some spaces in between the two strings horizontally or vertically. And in the next session, let us see the different data types and the syntaxes for printf and scanf, that means input and output statements, and declaration and initialization of variable names. And these variables, as I have said in the previous session, these variables are used in our C compiler while writing the program. Before writing the program itself, we have to declare all the variables which are going to be used in the program. So first we have to declare the variables, and then only the declared variables must be used in our program. So such declaration and initialization of those variables and the syntaxes for the input and output functions will be explained in our next session. Thank you.